or you could order them. You can get them frozen.
Yeah, mentioning corn dogs there on the stream.
You should go to Sweden, because I know in IKEA they have corn dogs.
Okay.
So I bet
In Sweden?
I bet Sweden would have corn dogs.
There's no IKEAs in Sweden.
Sure.
It's called something else. It's just IKEA is the North American chain that has the collected furniture, the built furniture. So,
well, I know that there's no Irish Spring in Ireland.
There you go. No Irish Spring in Ireland either. KawaiiRice getting the western spawn, and SCanemone getting the northern spawn here on Lost Temple. Short run distances. SCanemone green Protoss, obviously. KawaiiRice spawning as the yellow Terran. So it is 1-1 in this best of 5. We are going to go into, this is game 3, actually, obviously. And, really interesting kind of turn of events there. KawaiiRice are demanding food. It's bad timing until they get this game finished. Then we'll feed them. Let it be known that we don't feed players until they play their game. So KawaiiRice will get his food once he plays his game. KawaiiRice setting up at his ramp again. He is going to go look to wall, and he is actually going after this pretty good wall. So pretty good as SCanemone is setting up in his base. SCanemone doing a really good job as well. About building a kind of a pseudo wall. He does build the kind of the Warcraft 3 wall, I like to call it, where you have the kind of the human wall with your buildings, and it takes a very, very long time to get around that, or not able to poke around. So good to see.
Yeah, I think KawaiiRice gets to eat SCanemone if he wins.
There you go. Yeah.
As you see, the first gateway coming out for SCanemone at the 12 mark, as well as KawaiiRice getting his own barracks up and running, right prepared for a wall off, as well as. Nothing much for these two players, as we did see last game, and all in from KawaiiRice. So if you didn't see that, go ahead and watch the replay. It is going to be up on ustream.tv/channel/L2SC-TV, or you can go to L2SC.tv, and you can also see the link there. It looks like actually SCanemone saying, "I'm thirsty," so I don't know if KawaiiRice has any sort of liquid in them, but we'll see if that happens. Actually, if any of the liquid members were here, maybe you could make a joke out of that. But other than that, KawaiiRice just getting his barracks up and running, as well as an orbital command.
Yeah, SCanemone is going to throw down his Cybercore, skipping on the Zealot again. He does know it is close distance, but he does like to get into that Stalker first, so he will save up his minerals there for either. Obviously, I guess it's about the same time on a Cybercore, so I don't really know what the advantage is from skipping that Zealot, but. Not really necessary, as KawaiiRice does reach the front of SCanemone. Not really going to learn anything right now at this point until there it goes, the noob's wall. It looks like obviously SCanemone going to get that Zealot out now that he has seen that there is close positions and that KawaiiRice is kind of floating around there. So
yeah, we have Marauders coming out right now for KawaiiRice from that one lonely barracks. As another one just getting down there. I was about to wonder, it's like, okay, you're going to go one barracks Marauder right now. Marauders are apparently really good against the Protoss players, as right now Zealot defending away the SCV from scouting any more of his bases. Now KawaiiRice, what is he doing? He's getting concussive shells, as well as Stalkers coming out, and Warp Gates from SCanemone. Once again, we'll be seeing pretty much the same thing that we've seen a long time. Oh, this time going for a 2-gate Robo, different than what we saw the last 2 games, I believe. I don't even remember seeing any Robo units other than maybe an Observer in the last 2 games. As this time, I guess SCanemone trying to mix things up a little bit by building a Robo a little bit earlier than usual. Possibly go for some Immortals and go for a timing push, or go for fast Colossi, or kind of lose the Stalker.
Yeah,
apparently
KawaiiRice actually making the first timing push as the concussive shells just finishing, and knowing that there is no more production for SCanemone, he's in a little bit of trouble right now, as those gateways were thrown down as on a supply block, and there is nothing at the top here. KawaiiRice backing up though, and very interestingly enough, he just cleared up the room for that SCV to push through. Scouts out the robotics facility, but does not continue to push. Very neat. I don't know what he's doing, but he is going to keep macroing up. He's going to get the reactor up on the second racks. And begin probably his second gas pretty shortly, as his saturation is really getting into the high numbers there. KawaiiRice getting his other supply depot down, reaching his high ground again. He's going to pull back. Very lucky, I think, for SCanemone. He would have been under a lot of pressure if those 2 Marauders and the Marine had joined the front of his base there. As Warp Gate's just finishing now. 4-gate Robo as Immortal is coming out, as you mentioned. So looks like he will try to break that to try to do that. So basically, he's going to try to get that set up as quickly as he can. Let's take a look. So he's going to get pylons up as he is kind of supply block, or getting into the supply block there. He warps in 2 more. I'm not sure where that army went of his. Oh, it's at his ramp. There you go. SCAnemone has not pushed out of his ramp yet. Still just kind of holding on his high ground. KawaiiRice doing the same, but getting a bunker up, so he will get a chance to shoot at any passing army, and a factory for KawaiiRice started.
Yeah, as that Immortal, it was completed there, as well as we're having once again a Warp Prism coming out for SCAnemone. Hopefully we can see the same thing we saw in the last game, except maybe done a little bit more, with a little bit more, because the last time what happened was KawaiiRice did the rush, so he had to back out there at the last second. But this time maybe the Warp Prism might do a lot more damage, as we saw White Rod do this against KawaiiRice. I can't remember exactly. No, it was... I can't remember. Somebody in the chat's going to correct me exactly, but...
So he's going to try to elevate her with this Warp Prism. It looks like KawaiiRice is aware that it passed or saw it. He's going to load on the high ground. Not really going to do much with this. Oh, there he is. So he's doing a very good job of elevating those guys up there. The Warp Prism warping in as well. Getting a good focus fire on the Immortal. Looks like there's not enough. There's a number of the units were trapped in this Warp Prism. And KawaiiRice is going to clean it up on his high ground. So... not really going to finish up. The Warp Prism does need to change its phase, or it is not going to get out of there. It is not going to change, actually. He's not going to focus down. Instead, going to let him warp more in. There goes the remaining Warp and the Prism. So he's going to lose that army. So KawaiiRice takes a very decisive win there, pulling SCVs off, but definitely trading off the army in a positive way for his numbers. And SCAnemone is reduced back down to his just straight 2 Zealot, 2 Stalker Gateway units right now.
Yeah, I think a key part of that battle was the fact that he had 2 Stalkers or 2 Zealots and a Sentry still stuck in there, as well as he didn't warp in any units. I'm not sure what the status of his cooldown was, but even SCAnemone admitting that he forgot to unload FML, and I have to agree with him right there, is that KawaiiRice even surprised there. But it was funny at the end seeing there, all the SCVs were kind of going in for the final kill, and all of a sudden you see 2 more Zealots and a Sentry over there. As the force field would have been pretty nice at that point in time, but oh well, it didn't work. Right now, what SCAnemone needs to concentrate on is recuperating his losses and making sure that he's ready for this push here from KawaiiRice. As actually KawaiiRice could probably give SCAnemone a little bit of a taste of his own medicine, as he's already going to, yes, elevator up units to the high ground, and it doesn't have the same kind of output in terms of letting your units out as the Warp Prism, but anyway, it will be good enough for him as he does force field the ramp, trying to hold off one Marauder. Not going to do too much right now, as there we go. One Marauder to try and run away, but the majority of the forces are going to overwhelm this, and all the probes trying to do damage to the army of KawaiiRice, but unfortunately KawaiiRice is going to do a lot of damage right there. We're going to back out, as a lot of mining time was lost there by SCAnemone.
Yeah, KawaiiRice is going to take this opportunity to get his macro up. His command center is just finished on the high ground, so he will be able to start his expansion. You can see SCAnemone did sneak a probe out and is getting the 3 o'clock expansion started, so he is in a little bit of a sneak position as KawaiiRice is stepping up there. Income about the same. Quite a few probes were lost for SCAnemone, so definitely swinging in the favor of KawaiiRice as he is up in the SCV numbers now just by a little bit. KawaiiRice now going to reach the top with more medevacs this time. I'm going to see if he wants to just load up over top of the force fields. Not going to, actually. He's going to retreat down there, not feeling like he can reach the high ground without any major losses. Marines being sent to scout out for KawaiiRice. They will detect the 2 o'clock expansion here, or the 3 o'clock expansion, and will pose a little bit of a problem as SCAnemone is transferring workers with his Warp Prism there. KawaiiRice is going to take this opportunity to bunker up and get his supply count up, as he is running out of supply there very quickly. Also getting his add-ons up, so he's on 4 racks. His starport has not constructed an add-on, instead just singly producing medevacs. I don't think he's decided what he specifically wants to do yet, as the Marine will reach the 2 o'clock position to reveal that for KawaiiRice.
Yeah, as you said, those 2 Marines able to catch everything going on there. 1 Marine stimming and is going to get surrounded by these probes. 1 probe going down, but that's all the losses that are right now going to go down for SCAnemone. As right now, another task force, the IA team is going to go and try and take out the base of SCAnemone over there in the Ninja expansion. As 1 Marine sadly making it back home with absolutely no kills, but at least he has his life to look forward to. As we have 1 more Immortal popping out for SCAnemone, as well as Siege Tech being researched by KawaiiRice. Siege Tank's already on the way. 1 Siege Tank has completed. No more Siege Tanks quite yet, but now KawaiiRice unloading his mini task force onto the field of SCAnemone. SCAnemone moving a Warp Prism to try and maybe do a little bit of high ground harassment. As looking at the probe line, it does all probably going to go down, unfortunately, as there we go. Going to drop off to try and snipe off his Warp Prism. Warp Prism going to be deflected away. Almost all of the probes eliminated as we see none of the probes actually leaving the base of SCanemone. Or SCanemone losing so many units just to that small little pass forward. This is what makes Terran so powerful, is having that ability to drop their units, as well as having, as well as SCanemone is now building a robotics support bay, and that will give him access to his Colossus technology, and that will work well against the Marine and Marauder ball. But right now we don't find a lot of Marine and Marauder balls really. KawaiiRice is using his medevac to drop off units all over the map, so we don't really see his units in a ball right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost track of the phase prism there. I think there's a little bit of a kind of dual drop going on. So SCanemone is going to be facing it on 2 fronts now. The first one does pull the army back. Here comes the medevac. Where did it go? It's up in the trees here. So he is going to repel that one and lose no units, no medevac. And this one's going to come in from the other side. So KawaiiRice is going to get this set up. Marauder's going to stim up and run in there. So he is going to start significant damage to the probes as more units are lost by SCanemone here. No units lost by KawaiiRice, so very good back and forth here. Both sides are going to be affecting. Marauder going to get dropped off first here and going to repel a Stalker, so it's going to cost even SCanemone a Stalker as well. And he's just basically fighting on 2 fronts right now, having a very difficult time combating these double medevac back and forth, little ping-pong action. This time does warp him off, doesn't get the full load up there, as actually the force fields do cause one Marauder to fall. That might end it as KawaiiRice is retreating the eastern and the western medevac here. So Colossus Tech is out. Thermal lens is not really there yet, just about 3/4 of the way, obviously full. So he's got about 40 more seconds to go. SCanemone was supply blocked actually by the pylon death, I believe, that was placed up in one of the corners. So he's having to rebuild mass pylons here, as well as the Nexus that was getting lost in the 2 o'clock position, as the tank kind of Viking and obviously medevac ball from KawaiiRice is going to look to end this right now at the front of SCanemone.
Here we go. The ball that was not there before has now formed, as all the units that KawaiiRice is using have met in one field, and they're now going to go and try and end this right now, as Siege Tank Tech has completed. We have weapons level 1 almost about to complete. That should complete right when they engage into battle, as there we go. They're going at each other. SCanemone in a lot of trouble. Wow, Colossus insta-gibbed right there. Didn't even have a chance to get really any shots off there. The second Colossus has now entered here, but really that's all he has. GG. Oh, not even GG. Cursing out loud. Nexus is going to get sniped. That's the only Nexus. And
he's going to wait in the game until all of his buildings are gone, just in case Battlenet crashes and he can try to get a replay. I will not personally allow SCanemone to replay this. He is dead.
Yeah, let's somehow make that a Colossus immortal. It's not going to happen.
Crash, please, crash.
Somebody unplugged the internet.
Oh, he starts dancing with the Marauders, as you can see the little dance being pushed there.
Oh, no. Little bit of, I don't know.
Working his way in. There you go. And that's it. The good game. KawaiiRice takes the second game, and it is 2-1 KawaiiRice over SCanemone. We have one more game in this series to go.